hang on a minute. Have we talked about Interstellar on this podcast before?
Oh God, that'd be hilarious.
Oh my God, I think we did. We already have. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Podcast Assemble, the show where you come for your rambling, geeky download. My name's Tommy, and I'm delighted, as always, to be joined by my friend and co-host who is across the pond. It's Dre, everybody. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. How's it going?
I'm good. I totally forgot what you were, and I was like fully focused on talking and forgot what you were going to be from my notes. So I moved on from it. We moved on from it. You can be Tars.
I was going to say, like, the 80% serious. What are the settings?
90% serious, 75% humor. That's pretty good for you.
What if you just made it like 100% paranoid, like just a paranoid robot? Yeah, I can be Tars. What does Tars stand for?
Anxiety.
Yeah,
it doesn't do nothing. I think I was looking it up earlier because I was like, what am I going to do for this? And I don't think it means anything. It's just tactical robot, which is a bit sad. It is stars backwards.
All-purpose robotic system. Tars.
Oh, mate, you did it. Why didn't they just use that? Mate, they should sign you. If anyone doesn't get this by now, we're talking about Interstellar this week, which I'm very excited to talk about. And I was surprised at your text through the week, if you want to tell me what you said.
Yeah, what did I say? This is, to be fair, I was like 30 minutes in at this point and like remembering this movie. And
we'll certainly talk about this, but I do want to know, like...
Interstellar is fun, but a pretty weak story, to be honest. And I do agree with this sentiment if you only get through the first like 30, 45 minutes of the movie. I think the start of this movie is pretty like meh.
Interesting, because it does a lot in a little amount of time, like a lot of world building. We're going to talk about it, but I kind of liked it. I kind of like the dour world that we're absolutely flying towards.
Yeah, it's not the dour world. I think it was more just like the happenstance of it all. There's so much happenstance for a movie that's like about like intergalactic consequences. There's a lot of happenstance.
Isn't that the point though?
I guess
the point of the whole
Well,
film?
I mean, like that's what they're trying to say the point is. Like, I guess fair. Whether it lands is a different story, yeah.
Well, let's talk about it. How are you, mate? How have you been?
I'm good, man. Busy, super busy, but you know,
tell me about it.
Doing what we can. What's been going on? We did a.
I tell you what's interesting. You know, we've been talking about reading recently. I finally finished one of my dad's favorite books. I think we've talked about it before. It's called A Wizard of Earthsea. I think it's from like the 60s or the 50s, and it's one of those really foundational tropey books when you read it now. But if you had have read it in like the 50s or the 40s or whenever it was released, you'd have been like, holy shit. And I just, I couldn't help but thinking about how much influence that must have had from like the Lord of the Rings and all of those types of films. I was like, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm. So wait, it was like after Lord of the Rings, obviously then, right? Because
I think so. I should really check that.
Did you like it?
I did. I surprisingly did. It's really, it's so whimsically written. It's like at times you're a bit like, does it need this much whimsy? Like, could you? But it's really odd because like not a lot happens, but a lot happens as well. Like he gets through so much plot. I think it's a she, but the main character is a he. Gets through so much plot, but it feels slow. It's hard to explain, and I don't know if that's just because it is so whimsically written and the main character is constantly failing. So let's find out when A Wizard of Earthsea was written. Here you go. Yeah, Ursula.
Whimsically,
it's absolutely
like the characters are like, whatevs, I don't care. Like, what do you mean whimsically? Like they're just like, whatevs.
Kind of lyrically written. It's no, like he's too serious, the main character, the whole time. Far too serious. But like it's almost like musically written the way it's done, and everything is like he starts as a child and everything's new and interesting and fascinating, and it just sort of evolves at a clip. And it's a really interesting. I think you should read it. I need to find out what year it was. There you go, 1968.
Oh yeah, so
way after Tolkien. Yeah,
probably in the peak.
I wouldn't say you can
Tolkien era,
feel Tolkien's influence on it like that much. I mean, there's dragons, so maybe.
Are there elves?
There's no elves. Dragons are the furthest it gets. It's just people. There's a weird couple of
less Tolkien than most. Then,
right. there's a weird pair of peoples who are, it turns out, you think they're like these weird pygmy type people, but they're not. They were just it was a royal family who were ousted, and they end up getting like sent to this desert island to basically die, but they thrive and they live there their whole lives. It's really weird. Like the whole book's very odd, but I really like how it deals with like dragons and stuff. Like if you read any of Tolkien's stuff, like dragons are completely undefeatable and terrifying, and whereas in this one, he is a wizard and he finds ways. So like one of them, like a dragon like flies at him and he like binds his wings to it and it nosedives into it. It's really interesting. I like how it went. It's an interesting, I think you'd like it. It's not a long read.
Cool. I'll have a look. I have a look-see about the Wizard of, where is it? What is it?
A Wizard of Earthsea. I know. It's my
look-see at the Wizard of Earthsea.
That's the
it does sound
right
quite
there.
whimsical.
You just nailed
too,
it,
to be fair,
doesn't it? I got it behind me somewhere. I think it's got a whimsical title. It's real nice, and it's one of those things that my dad recommended to me many years ago. And I'm sort of going back and reading some of the ones he used to love. I can see why he loved it, because the main character, he is full of pride most of the book, and then he eventually like. He gets defeated basically, and he has to then build himself back up, and he becomes a better person because of being defeated. I kind of liked it.
Oh, nice. That's a different take. Yeah, look, I think maybe I'll have a look. I've got 5 Audibles, credits and counting, so I can't pause anymore. I've done too many pauses, so they won't let me pause.
So you lose.
This guy, I'm starting to wonder if Audible is one of the things I cut. But they do have a really good strategy, because it's just like you have all these accumulated books that if you cut your subscription, you like lose access to.
Yes.
So they're smart the way they've done it.
We're thinking about that in a minute, actually. We're thinking about getting rid of Disney. So they're hiking their prices again. It's like going from $16 to $18 a month. And I'm just like, I don't watch that much Disney.
I have Disney, mate. I think you should just use mine.
I'm pretty sure I have. Well, let's share alike.
Yeah. And I don't think they're sophisticated with their VPNage as
that's interesting.
Netflix.
Well, it was so funny the other day when we got back. We got back from somewhere. We'd been away somewhere for a couple of nights, and my beautiful partner was freaking out. She was like, "What is this Amazon purchase on my Amazon account? I don't understand." She was like to me, she was like, "What does this mean?" I was like, "Just like Google it, like whatever." And she's like, "Oh, somebody rented a movie on my account," and I was like, "Who do we know who uses your account?" And she was like, none of my family do. And she was like racking her brains. I was like, did Dre and Gail use your account?
Yeah.
She was like,
then you look at the movie and you're like, oh, it's definitely Gail.
It's definitely
a dog story.
Like, that's right.
It was the dog from, we had just been to Japan. We had just been to Tokyo, and she saw that like dog that's like famous statue in Shinjuku. Shibuya Station.
Yeah.
And it's like the dog that's like very loyal. I forget his name. Hachi,
loyal dog.
A westernized movie, not set in Japan.
Was it good?
Did not know this. Robert Redford, putting in work. Look, it was fine. It's a little feel good story. Yeah.
Oh,
we should have paid for it, obviously. Sorry.
That's fine. I think it's like $5.
I'm worried that I've done this now. I'm like, maybe I should just send you a preemptive $9 for something that I like rented on Kat's account from like ages ago.
It's not my account, so I don't mind. Who's gonna know?
Yeah.
She'll freak out for 5 minutes, and then we'll move on from it.
Yeah. What else, mate? What else?
Dude, you excited to talk about Interstellar today? I'm super stoked. Yeah. Super stoked.
Yeah, I actually liked this movie a lot more the second time than over the first time I saw it. So I saw this in theaters, like IMAX with Kyle, friend of the show, Kyle.
Yeah, right.
And I'm pretty sure we both left the movie being like, that was like mid largely, I think for me, because as I said, the beginning and the end, but when you actually like put it all together, and if you just like suspend your disbelief a bit, like it is like a very, very unique like space odyssey story, the way they do the time intersection with the plot, like classic Nolan stuff.
It's so classic. And I remember seeing this in cinemas too. I think this is one of those classic ones where I promised my friends I'd book in IMAX and I forgot, and we ended up seeing it in a regular cinema. So maybe the experience wasn't quite as good as it could have been, but I just remember the spectacle, like I remember, and we'll talk about this, but like I remember coming out and it was very much it divided critics. There was a lot of critics who were a bit like yourself. You know, this is basic AF, like the love conquers all plotline and all those things. I think a lot of people maybe thought that was a bit too blunt, too in your face. Whereas, like, I think I just love the spectacle and the bombasticness of it. You know?
Yeah. I didn't love like essentially the Anne Hathaway thesis statement halfway through the movie, where she's just like, maybe love. It's like, dude, you guys just like really fucked up. Just like stop getting like you're supposed to be astronauts right now.
She was right though. She was right though. We'll talk about it.
On second viewing, I think Cooper's explanation of it I like more as like as a thesis statement at the end. So I liked it better this time.
Well, save this gold, my man. Save this gold. But before we carry on, let's just quickly give a shout out to Ava. Ava, thanks for everything. Put the time codes in this. She puts the time codes in the description as always. She is a fantastic editor. She makes us look good. I'm sick as a dog, so if I look half alive, that's because she does a great job. So thank you so much. You find her great work at www.avaramshaw.com. I'll put my phone voice on. And while you're down there flipping around, going through time codes, we've changed it up. So if you want to find anything particular, down there is where it's at. Give us a 5-star review. We'd love it. It'd be really helpful. Give us a like and subscribe. Things we don't really understand. DL, what else have you been up to, buddy?
I haven't done much reading. I've been stuck at this one part of the 3 Body Problem series, book 2. But what have I done?
I thought you were still on the Wheel of Time.
No, I finished that one. The 4th one, the 3rd one.
Did you take a little break?
Yeah. Well, I'm out of books. Okay. I have to go buy the.
You've got Audible credits.
No, yeah. I don't like reading fantasy books on Audible. It's usually like weird nonfiction. But I need to get the next one in the series. So I think I've only finished. I think it's the 3. But no, I'm on the second one, and it's going well. I just haven't like really dug into it. What else is there that I've done?
Have you ever read a book called Hyperion?
No, but it's on my reading list because everyone says I need to. It's by Dan something or other, right?
Right. And everyone bangs on about how great it is. And I bought it, and I kind of, I'm in between books. You know, when you're like, I know I need to start this, but I haven't got my mental capacity there yet. So I'm ready for it. So I was hoping you'd give it a good recommendation so I could jump in, but.
Have not. These older ones maybe are the ones that I will do like a little bit of Audible on. So maybe a Hyperion.
That's a good idea.
But we'll see.
There you go. You can power through it.
Yeah, no, dude. We watched this thing about the classic
Dogs?
Netflix. The classic Netflix kidnap story, but it was like much better ending because they actually they find the girl. The Anne Smart, I think her name is. Anyway,
is it a documentary or is it a show?
Yeah, it's a Netflix documentary. So we watched that. Something's finding.
What's it called?
I forget.
Anne Smart? It's real bad when you're like that, isn't it? My brain switches off. Those Netflix documentaries as well.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Smart. They're all the same.
Yeah, kidnapped Elizabeth Smart. But this one was crazy because it's like she gets kidnapped. A year later, she gets found. Anyway, you know that from the start of the movie, so I'm not like.
Well, that sucks.
Ruining it. But no, it's
don't spoil it.
The story is quite interesting. So we saw that. I played a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima last night after now I finally downloaded it last week. I've played it as of last night. Good fun, that game. Really good fun.
You're saying you like the combat.
Yeah, it's just really fun. It's like Red Dead but a samurai with swords. It's fun. Really can't complain.
I tell you what's interesting. I thought it was interesting. You actually inspired me because you were talking about Ghost of Tsushima, actually Ghost of Yotai, which you accidentally downloaded.
This is true.
And I was in the mind space of, so I'm like, we're obviously both writing books. We're both nerds. We know we are. We're massive fucking nerds. And I'm in a bit of a crossroads with mine where I'm a bit like, I kind of need to accelerate the plot, but I need to really engross myself in the world a bit more and just figure a few things out. And I was thinking to myself, like, what's the best way to do that rather than just, because I watched a ton of stuff on like, because it's got that ink and mind feel to it. It's got a lot of that in there. But I was like, I've watched a bunch of stuff on that and it's not really inspiring me right now because that's not what I need. And you were talking about playing video games and I thought, you know what I never played? I never played Horizon Forbidden West.
It's really fun.
Which is
really fun.
Very similar. Yeah, right. In terms of like the feel of the world to what I want from my book. So I'm currently chugging my way through the beginning of that to try and get to like the open worldy bit where you can get out and I can start like actually feeling the world out again. So I'm quite enjoying it. I mean, I've totally forgotten the gameplay. Like the loop, it's gone from my brain. So
I put the setting on hard for that one, and I like got just to the open area, and like I ended up in this like one T-Rex area where there's two of them trying to beat it, like way ahead of like my skill set. But I was like, I can do this, like way ahead of, like, they're way overpowered, like, and so I'm just sitting there just bullet sponges. So then I just gave up.
That's why I play Elden Ring so much. I would get to a bit where I know something's overpowered and I'm like, I can do this. I know I can beat this. That's why I was playing it all the time, because I'd be in the same fucking bit trying to beat the same thing for days.
And then the reward is like not worth.
It never is. It never is.
So I don't know why I did that. Yeah.
10 scraps. Cool.
Yeah.
So what's Ghost of Tsushima like? Talk to me.
It's cool, man. It's like, I think like the really cool thing they do, A, it's just like a really pretty game. B, the combat's super fun. C, they like
story,
make a classic revenge tale.
Okay.
Well, not even revenge tale. More like, I guess it's like the Mongols have invaded Japan and like taken over your island, and so you are like left for dead after the invasion, and that's this whole new way of fighting. Like they don't fight the way that the Japanese do with honor, and so you're like, the story is like exploring what this one samurai like survives, and it's like one by one defeating villages, building consensus to like push them back. And a big part of the story is just like he's having to change or adapt his like honor system of like, I'm announcing myself and we are fighting, like that kind of, to like a more like brutal stealth, like do what you have to do to survive. And so that it explores that and like what that means for honor and what you believe.
I really hope that's a line from the game, by the way. I'm announcing myself.
Well, it's not really a line, but it's definitely a mechanic. Like you basically, any fight. Yeah, seriously. Any fight you can go stealth into the encounter. Like there's usually like these like little areas, right, that you find, and you can go stealth, or you can say standoff. You press the up button and you like announce yourself and you go like, challenge me. You just like walk out and they like, dude, they do. They come. This is like,
I would have so much fun with that.
And the Mongol or whoever it is, and they come out and it's like a standoff, and it's like a gameplay mechanic where you like hold down a button and whoever, like, you can feign the other person, and there's like the other person can feign you, and then eventually like somebody goes for it, and whoever like releases quicker once the thing is stopped like gets the kill. It's almost like a draw, but it's like
I was gonna say, it sounds very Red Dead Redemption.
If you get that, you get like a benefit in the fight. You get like a little more power, and then you can like chain those together. So there's all these mechanics around like the actual samurai code that are cool.
To play that. Yeah. I've got that. I think I did like the first sort of maybe 40 minutes, and I was like, it's long, this intro, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of those ones. It's like Red Dead, dude. The intro to Red Dead is like you're literally like an hour into the game before you actually have like freedom.
There is so much people are still finding things in that game.
It's an amazing game. Probably the best game ever made. Candidly.
Did I send you that thing? I can't remember if it was on YouTube or if it was on Instagram. I saw a thing the other day that was some gamer had just found like a whole new like hidden secret in the game. Yeah. And it was these.
It was these like that one.
And to find it, he had to chop a specific tree down,
and
then it fell in a certain way.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, the shoot the tree one, and then he triangulated. And then he found like,
there's no way he found that on his own. Somebody just like told him from the developer team, like, hey, go do this.
You reckon? You reckon? Go and play.
Dude, who's just like shooting the poles? Like, who's got that?
If you're still playing Red Dead at this point, man, and you're that far in,
honestly, Red Dead is so fun that like there's so much other shit to do. Why would you just be like looking at a fucking telephone pole bottom and just like?
It's a good point.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, no, that's what I've been up to. What have you been doing?
We watched a movie the other day, and again, I'm going back to a thing. My old man used to love this movie, and I'm a bit confused. I was actually texting a friend of the show, Regan, while I was watching it, and I think he made a comment about it, and I was like, oh, I remember my dad liking this film. And I went and watched a film called Léon the Professional. Do you know about Léon the Professional?
Yeah, I was going to actually suggest that one for us to do this week, but I was like, it's too French. You won't go for it.
Bro, it's not French at all. He is...
But it is a French movie, isn't it?
No, it's an American movie. So like it's Gary Oldman, it's Natalie Portman, everyone in it's American. I think it's set in New York, I want to say, but very 90s, like so 90s.
Yeah.
So the very simple overview of this film is Leon is a hitman for this family in New York. I think they're an Italian crime, a very small Italian crime family. And he witnesses a family in his building effectively getting murdered. And the little girl from the family comes to him, and she basically wants to go on a revenge mission, but to do so she convinces him to be her mentor, to teach her how to be a professional, or basically how to be a hit person. That in itself sounds great, right? Sounds fine. And the problem I have with it is that the director's a guy called Luc Besson, who classic bit of a weird dude. Did we talk about? I'm sure we talked about one of his films on the podcast. Why have I got Total Recall in my head? It's not Total Recall. What did he do? Fifth Element. Didn't we talk about the Fifth Element on this podcast? I'm sure we did.
A long time ago, yeah.
A long time ago. Go back and check out our episode lists. Bit of a weird dude. Anyway, the dynamic between Natalie Portman, who in this film is 11, I might add, and Léon, who is played by the fantastic Jean Reno, creepy as fuck. Just gonna say that. It is so weird. She's constantly like making advances on him and being like, I love you, you're the love of my life, and all this shit. And I'm like, what? What?
Like
and you can see as the movie's
dynamic.
But she's the one trying to get him to do it, and he's like quite...
season four.
It's fucking
Slow Horses.
Weird. It's so odd. There is a very easy fix that could be made to this film. If they just made it like a father-daughter dynamic, the film would be exceptional. Gary Oldman's amazing in it. His performance is unreal. He's this unhinged. So I'm not gonna ruin the plot for you, but like he's this unhinged character who is like, it's one of his good like fucking Al Pacino coked up in Heat type performances. Mm-hmm. It's great. It's really weird and wild, and the ending of it's fantastic, but it's ruined by this dynamic.
But is that intentional though?
It's entirely
like, you know what I mean? Like maybe that's what they're trying to do. Because this movie's quite famous, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't like
people like this movie.
It's very 90s. Yeah.
I've heard of it. Is my point. It's not like a random 90s movie. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I get it. I think people like it for the Gary Oldman performance.
Okay.
You get any deeper than that? Like, we nearly turned it off like 5 times more. We nearly turned it off so many times, and I was just like, I kept saying like, I know it's got a good ending. Let's just get to the ending. And we were both like, by the end of it, we both sat there and we were like, fuck, you know, like it's an 8.5 on IMDb. Like it's clearly well liked, but it's awful. It's awful. Like the action scenes are good. Like I like all the stuff because Jean Reno does a lot of quite tactical things in the movie. He does like a lot of like very Sam Fisher type, Splinter Cell type killing people and stuff, not just like with a sniper rifle. It's great. In terms of that side of things, very good. And I like the performances in it. There is just this dynamic that I just made me feel, frankly, a bit unwell. I was like, this is fucked. It's like good film, just there are some major problems with it, you know?
Cool. Yeah, it's on my list. I'll definitely watch it at some point.
Don't watch it with Gail. I'm just going to put that out there.
I'm pretty sure she's the one that like suggested that one, actually.
She will not enjoy that film at all. She will not like that film at all. Guys, if there's anything we haven't talked about that you recommend we watch and talk about on the podcast, please hit us up. You can find us at podcastsemble, thepodcastsemble@gmail.com. You can send us stuff, send us memes, send us news, send reviews, all those things. We love it when you do. We also got a website. It's www.podcastsemble.com. You find all our stuff there. You don't need to worry about it. Let's talk, DL, about our main topic. Do you want to preface it?
It's the main topic theme.
We already kind of did, but
we did.
Week we're doing
we did.
Interstellar by Good old Christopher Nolan, starring Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, the other kind of randos that always end up in a
Timothy Chalamet. It's all rhyming right now.
yeah. Plus, who's the main? Who's Murph? What's Murph? She's a great actress.
Murph, the kid, or older, because Jessica Chastain is in this. There's 3 different variations of her.
They were both good, but I
3.
was talking about the core Murph,
Yeah.
the main story Murph, the middle Murph,
Yeah,
the Murph in the middle, as they say.
Murph in the Middle sounds like a TV show. Yeah, Jessica Chastain, she's awesome in this.
Yeah, she's really good. And then Hans Zimmer doing all the instrumentals.
I'm so excited to talk about this, and I love that we talked about the text you sent me before I watched the movie, and I was like, have I remembered this wrong? So like, I'm like very excited. Do you have a super plot summary?
Yeah, NASA is hiding in a cornfield while peak True Detective era Matthew McConaughey, Top Gun confidence level settings 110%, goes on a space adventure across Stephen Hawking and Einstein's theories.
Yikes! Breaking a bunch of them too. Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, secret NASA in a cornfield. NASA, baby. It's like that scene from How I Met Your Mother where Barney's like, "I work for NASA. You've heard of the moon, but have you heard of the smoon?" Favorite, one of my all timers. Mine is very simply a generation spanning story of family and hope, where love is gravity. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
the
love
plot's
equals
all over the place.
Love equals greater than or equal to gravity.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been a better than
it's that little.
That would have been a better
thing,
plot
yeah.
summary.
a thesis for this movie. But as I was sort of talking about at the top, like this is really fascinating because this really divided critics when it came out, like, and some like even dismissed entirely. Whereas watching it now, I got like 2001: A Space Odyssey meets Arrival vibes. Like it's got all of that to it, and it felt like a modern parable, like of like love and hope and empathy.
Okay,
and,
Anne Hathaway.
finding people.
Yeah, we get it.
Got me. It got me, man. In a way, it got me in a way that I didn't see coming. Got me in a way I didn't see coming.
Maybe it's love.
She was fucking right. She was right. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean,
was
it's
right.
almost like he wrote it. I get it. I enjoyed it a lot more this time. Than last time. I think there's moments where I was taken out of it in the beginning. Like I think that there's a couple things that if you just changed would for me be a little. It would like make it better. But overall, really, really fun movie. Really like very, very different. To your point, like Arrival meets Space Odyssey meets like. I don't even know, just like a really like something with time, or I guess Arrival did have time in it too. But I think the thing that you're touching on that like when I sent my original text, which was like 30 minutes into the movie or 40 minutes into the movie, so that I like then felt as well when I was 2 hours in, right, was just the way that it's like how the moments it creates through using time and like generational like conflict and change with like familial relationships. Like I think that he is really unique to this movie and he nails like he just creates these plot moments that have like never really been done before and are emotionally jarring and quite impactful because of the way he architects like this story. I just really wish that NASA wasn't hiding in a cornfield. Like to me, it's just like the whole premise of like how he like they took it too far. It didn't need to be like him plucking the thing to get him to go to the NASA. Like NASA, if this was the last bet, would actually be looking for the best pilot. They would not need some guy to randomly stumble upon. Like I just don't agree with that premise. I guess is my point.
There is a theme in this of retroactively, like the past.
It's all very convenient.
Retroactively.
Yeah, it's all very convenient.
Yeah, like very, very much. Or like, like things in the past happening and it been retroactively believed as like purpose or truth or, destiny almost, which I find kind of fascinating. And I think my response back to you when you sent me that message about finding it a little contrived at the beginning is kind of how I feel about what you're saying. Like, I feel like Nolan does a really great job of distilling certain elements of like the human condition or like things that you felt like day on day, really distilling them, making them really punchy and poignant, and just like having like this really quite simple story. Realistically, like it's save the world. Like that's all it is, really. Let's be honest. Save humanity, but putting it in this like fucking epic like backdrop, like it's so beautiful, and all the practical stuff in this. It's all real sets. It's amazing. Like I think that's what really grabbed me about this, and what I find really epic about Chris Nolan's work.
Yeah, no, me too. But I think to be fair, like I actually think I think the story is actually quite complex once you get into it. You could boil it down to save the world. My assessment was like wrong the week. I think it was like more like weak premise. Like I didn't like the premise, and that like is the foundation of two characters' journeys, and so it like takes me out of it sometimes. Like there's an element of me that's like I argue with myself on this with this movie is like really like if the entire world was at stake, would it really be this guy who happens to stumble? Like that's just not what would happen. And also his daughter wouldn't be the one having to like stumble across the theory that saves them as well. It'd be some other like Chinese researcher who like they didn't. You know what I mean? Like it just like it's too.
No, I see what you mean.
Like so that take but like also that's what drives a big part of the like the fate of it all. So I get like it's kind of a choice. I just don't. I run up against it sometimes.
I do agree with that point. Actually, yeah, it will be a lot. There'd be a lot more collaboration between countries, and I think we talked about Project Hail Mary recently that did that part. I think pretty well. I think they kind of answer their own questions in this film. Like at the end, like they bring it back around, and it's like he had all this training and just happened to fall into it, but he didn't happen to fall into it because he sent himself there from the future. Like it's a completely circular film.
That's the thing that they wanted to do, I guess. And I guess my point is they could have done that still and not done it so much. Does that make sense?
Interesting. Because
they could have like,
well, yeah, absolutely.
Like you could have still had this like circular paradoxical plot and not made it like the answer for every single thing in the movie.
Interesting, because it is the answer to almost everything in it. Yeah.
Every single thing that happens is this answer, which is almost like a Mary Sue plot where it like comes out, it like everything comes together at the end because
I lapped that shit up. I like, and I think this may have been the difference potentially. And you tell me if was your experience. Like that stuff to me was beautifully built to. I feel like it built to it, and like I'm with you actually. Yeah, I think the paradoxical stuff, like they probably went a bit too far with wrapping everything in a nice little bow. But and what worked for me in this was I got so many emotions watching this film. It was almost distracting me from the nonsensical part, like
same.
The sheer heartbreak of watching Coop watch his family grow up over time and not be able to do anything about it, or the anxiety of man trying to dock the ship and it fucking up. And that's probably my favorite scene in the entire movie. I'm perfectly honest with you. Like I don't remember feeling like I just mentioned what's that Ryan Gosling one I literally just talked about 30 seconds ago.
Mary.
Project Hail Mary. Outside of that, perhaps, I don't remember feeling this fucking roller coaster in a movie for so long. It just really got me. And I think that earnestness was almost a theme of the movie. Like it was so earnest at a time when nothing was.
It's no, I agree. It's nitpicking, to be honest, because I felt that. So
well, I mean, it's just different experiences, right?
It's nitpicking. I felt the same things in the movie. Just so you know, I'm just like when people. I guess like my thing is
you're
like
not
people,
dead inside.
Like,
good.
People feel people put Interstellar up there as like one of their favorite Christopher Nolan movies, and I think it's like maybe it might be top 3 for me, but it might be on the cusp. And this is a part of our anthology, I should say. By the way, we've done a bunch of these movies.
Well, it's not only Chris Nolan anthology because we're getting another Chris Nolan movie this year. We are getting The Odyssey. We are also getting a lot of good sci-fi this year, so it's perfect. It's perfect for SEO, DL. Perfect.
It is. Love that, or whatever the agents do. I felt all those feelings. I think the core part that like is interesting to me is like the relationships and the emotional choices that this guy made, and the conflict of like, is it his ego? Is it because he's actually bored? or is he doing this, you know, like that whole premise that the grandpa asked him before he leaves, like that dynamic and the repercussions of the choice, all that are really interesting and worth exploring. I just don't think you needed to make it, you know, the gravitational anomaly is what got him to NASA. I think you could have like had him just go, like have that just be a thing that he's been debating and like spending time, like he's not spending time on farming because it's not working, and he's like, and he's torn. Yeah. And like, that's a more interesting way to be. And you still have all this beautiful stuff. The other thing is the end. If I remember correctly, like when, and I'm not going to, we don't have to jump into it now, but like when I left the theater, I just vividly remember being like, how in God's name does he survive? Come on. Like let him live in this nothingness, you know, like let him make it be more ambiguous.
Make the grand sacrifice.
I think they wanted to like see, like him meet his, that he, I think Nolan wanted to have that scene where he's young and his daughter's like, well, and I get it, but I'm just like, maybe that happens in another dimension. Like, why does it have to happen? 100%. They just pull him out of space. What the fuck happened? They're like, we just found you. Where, dude?
Yeah.
Where did you find
really
him?
Wanted that
in the middle of the Saturn's orbit. Like, where did you find him
back?
Anyway, so
for context, in case anyone was wondering, we did the Dark Knight Rises,
okay.
100 episode 172, and I remembered that we were ranking these movies too. So I'll bring that back. I think we had very similar rankings. We can go through that afterwards. I do agree that it's tied up nicely in a bow. For anyone who hasn't seen Interstellar, why the fuck are you listening to us? The story of this film
go watch
is really very simply, the Earth is dying, crops are failing, NASA is trying to secretly find a way to get Earth off the planet. Humans off the planet. I'm definitely sick, you can tell at this point. Humans off the planet, or recolonize another planet. And there are 12 potential planets which they've sent Lazarus missions out to see if they're hospitable.
Wake the dead.
And Coop is the one who, with Anne Hathaway and a couple of others, who are sent to essentially see if these planets are actually hospitable, right? Like that's
and colonize them. They bring zygotes and stuff. Like they bring
literally colonizing them. Yeah.
And so it's like a bank on like, and they only have so like, and Cooper, and the other part of this that's kind of wild to me is like they just like wouldn't pick someone who like wanted to come back. You know, they would like.
That's an interesting point. Actually,
like they would pick like somebody who like knew this was the mission, and like you have to just explore them all till you're dead.
Yeah. You explore that with Man a lot. I think the difference with Coop is that not only is he the best and only one they've really got, but he also has the extra motivation to try that bit harder. And I feel like they've I just mentioned the parents and children theme of this story. Like that's a huge part of that, and I find that really fascinating. That's an interesting paradox in itself. Like, why would you send someone who needed to come back when it's a one-way mission, right? That's what it is.
Well, I guess maybe the point is like, no, it's actually not, because they had two plans. But then it's like unclear if there was actually two plans the whole time. Like they kind of like have that kind of knife punch towards the middle of the movie where it's like, actually, we all knew that this was only one plan, and you guys kind of were lied to. But that could have been Matt Damon just being a dick.
No, I think that's kind of the point. Like, because doesn't Michael Caine admit on his deathbed that Plan A was never gonna? Because basically they had to get data which they could only get from a black hole, and we can't see into a black hole, unfortunately, at this point. So he was like, it was never gonna fucking work. Soz, I sent your dad off to die.
Yeah, it's like the same thing as like Cooper saying, "I'm coming back." Like he makes the promise to like try and make it true, and he doesn't know if it will be. One question I had, so like the whole premise, right? We talked about it. They send him out. The crazy part is, as they're going through this wormhole, time goes faster. Time goes faster for them relative to Earth. Yeah. So, or the opposite. The opposite. Basically, everyone's aging on Earth, on the planet, and they're staying the same age. Yeah, correct. And so it creates these crazy, like the way the movie's cut. You actually, I think, is like really purposely done. And this is where I like. Now I'm going to stop criticizing. Like this is where the movie gets fucking awesome. It's like you basically are kind of in Coop's view for like 45 minutes. You don't see Earth at all. And so for you, it's been like, 30 minutes, an hour, a day or two with these characters who are right in the beginning of their mission. They make one mistake and suddenly like their entire life back home is like a generation has passed. And so it's like this assault on your emotions. You're like, holy shit, how could like one mistake cost me my entire life with my daughter? And it goes into like straight into this scene of like viewing videos of them growing up and like the anger and to the point where like you're almost in denial with him. You're like, how could this, like, it was only an hour. Like how, and it's just like a really well done. I mean, we're praising the great, obviously, but like only Nolan could make a scene like that, I think.
And it transitions so beautifully between, and it's a nonsense point, but it transitions so beautifully between. I was messaging you joking about Timothée Chalamet and Casey Affleck. That it's like you don't even like, I didn't even fucking realize, and that's the dumbest thing to say out loud. I was like, oh, that's obviously the same person just grown up, but it was like this beautiful moment, and then really well cast, and even the bits where they're on Earth and you follow Casey Affleck and his anger and resentment towards his dad is just so well created. But I think that all comes back to the point of hope. Mm-hmm. I think hope is like the key theme, the real key theme in this movie for me, and it's all the way through. It's like when Coop leaves, Hope is with what's the son's name? I always forget this. Tom. I should have fucking remembered that, shouldn't I? Tom has the hope, and then it gradually then transfers to Murph because then she realizes the ghost was always him and all this, but hope is so fickle, and that is one of the things I think Nolan really gets at so well. Like you saw it in The Dark Knight Rises. Hope is the thing you want people to keep, but also the thing that kills you inevitably. And the man character, which I fucking love, by the way, Matt Damon.
It's a tragedy.
Matt Damon. Yeah. It's just so insane. And I mean, question for you.
Yeah.
Do they age when they go into the sleep, the coma? Like, I never really understood that. Do you think
it like slows aging?
Okay. That's interesting.
I just thought slows it a lot. And they're going to run out of power. So like the point. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you want that though? Like if you're just there and you're on, like, it's a mission.
Are you talking about Matt Damon's character?
Yeah.
I think that like I think that there was an element of like, if he's awake, I think he's using more resources, and he would die sooner.
Yeah, interesting. But it must slow down his aging, surely.
Yeah, that will probably both. Yeah.
It's interesting you mentioned Matthew McConaughey as well before. Two key points about this film about him. Like, I love him. And this is like really the start of that Matthew McConaughey renaissance. Reconnaissance. Let's say that. The Matthew McConaissance. It's great. It's beautiful and phenomenal in this film. Amazing. Like, loved everything he does in this. Two questions though. One, why is he so wet all the time? Seriously, like he is wet this whole movie. He's either sweaty or he was in that water planet. He's never not covered in something. But then secondly, like, where on earth, when everything was going so wrong, like, did he find such a tanning booth that had such a high setting he could be that brown compared to everybody else? I just don't understand, DL.
Yeah, he is quite
just so... He's like fucking Ross in Friends.
He looks like a catcher's mitt, mate. Like, sometimes. I'm like, holy shit, dude. You need to get out of this.
He's so like leathery.
Yeah, he is. But I think that's just him.
It's such a weird shade.
He's always been like kind of crispy on the tender side. Wasn't this like post him doing that fucking movie where he like lost all the weight?
Great question. Yeah, it must have been around that time.
Texas
by tanning
Club. No, I think like you can tell he's like a bit like his body's in recovery mode. I feel like in this movie.
Well, he did Magic Mike in 2012. He then did Mud, which no one cares about. He did Dallas Buyers Club 2013, and this came right after that. So 2014 was this. So that's interesting.
So I think he's still recovering from the weight loss.
Yeah, perhaps. That's interesting, isn't it? Oh, he's in Deadpool and Wolverine as well, interestingly. He's just one of the random Deadpools. It's an interesting time to ask you, though. A classic question. Knowing how great all these actors are and how many phenomenal performances are in this. If you could remove them all from the movie and replace them by Muppets, but keep one as a human, like, who would you keep as the human? There's an obvious answer, but let's not go obvious.
This is a hard one, man. I don't know why. What's the obvious one for you?
I mean, McConaughey's the obvious one.
Oh, yeah, and they're all Muppets. He's pretty intense, to be fair. That'd be funny.
Yeah, and everyone else is just... But then, actually saying that Matt Damon would be funny as a...
Yeah, but it's just like, then you're just watching a Muppet movie, because he's only in it for like 20 minutes. I was going to say that, but like... But it'd be pretty wild. Yeah.
The fight he has with Coop would be fucking hilarious. He's just headbutting a Muppet.
Yeah,
that'd be brilliant.
What about the robot? Just like the robot rolling around.
Taz? That's not a human though. I'm trying to think who would be good. John Lithgow, who's I think he's the granddad.
Yeah, again, not in it enough. I think you got to go Matthew McConaughey. I think it is the obvious one. Or Anne Hathaway. She's in it just as much.
Who's the other person's on Romilly, David Gyasi, the guy, you know, when they go down to the planet and they come back and it's been 27 years and he's just been on the ship the whole time. That would be pretty funny. You just see these Muppets.
He's just like, when he comes up, he's like, I thought you were never coming back. Like, he's like,
oh, it was so sad.
That guy was actually like a really well played character. He just like played a physics
really
nerd,
well played,
like, really well. The other guy that was like less well played was the guy that just got caught up in the surf. I'm like, dude, how are you the one that didn't make it out there? You were back at the ship first with plenty of time to spare. Get in the ship, you fucking idiot.
Was that the Wes Bentley character? Because he's great. I really liked him.
I don't know his name, but it's the one that like on
Doyle?
The water planet dies. Yeah.
Gets fucked up. Yeah. Absolutely. He's the one who's in Hunger Games and has the weird sideburns, right?
Yes.
So
He's got a great beard, very shapeable beard.
What a strange character. What an odd one. How long do you think you would last on the water planet? I'd be like seconds. I'd just die immediately.
Well, I wouldn't die. I'd be like, okay, that's a wave. Let's go. They
stay there way too long.
I would be I'll tell you this. I wouldn't be like watching it, waiting for it to come to the point that I get caught in the surf. I've been in enough wave pools to know like these things come at you fast.
Come at you fast.
In the ship. But that scene was pretty. That was, I mean, like how about this? Like, let's pivot. Like, all the spectacle moments you've mentioned, like the rotating, docking. You've mentioned a couple different things. Like, what was the coolest?
Do not Google space docking. Never do that. Go on.
I would never. What was the coolest scene for you from like a spectacle perspective?
I mean, that's got to be. I mean, like all
the wave
the
is
stuff
one of them
with
for
the
me.
black hole at the end. Yeah, the wave is absolutely one. All the stuff with the black hole at the end is just incredible, and it's so interesting if you watch some of the behind the scenes stuff for this. All of that is based on physics, right? And we didn't know what a black hole looked like at that time. And when we finally could get an image of one, it looks remarkably like what we see in this film, which is fascinating. So all that stuff, like the set. And we haven't talked about this. All the sets I mentioned it, but all the sets are real. So like the Tesseract, when he's in there, that's a real set. They created
that's
that.
wild.
Like that's very, very Chris Nolan, right?
Cool.
Like create that.
Yeah.
Right. All that stuff is real. The ice planet is phenomenal, even though it's not really like a spectacle, where they find Matt Damon and the clouds are made of ice as well.
Yeah.
I love all that. I think the bit that that got me the most was the bit between Damon docking and failing, and then them trying to dock with the space station while it's spinning. Something about it. Like I was like, I jumped up on my seat. I was sitting with my legs up like this, and I was like, I hope they do it. I know they do because I've seen this film, but I was like, my heart was going like this. I was like, fuck, so good. I mean, like that, just the emotion of that moment is incredible. What about you?
I think like the hang tenning the wave with the ship was just like pretty fucking sick. They're just like, mahalo, bro. Yeah. Just like rode the wave into the fucking launch. And just like that whole incredible. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's just very freaking doomy. Like, it's just like, not doom, like doom as in like, there's a word where it's doom like, sinister. It's like a sinister feeling as they land on this water planet where you're like, what's going on? And then you just like suddenly realize it's a fucking massive tidal wave heading to them just every 6 minutes.
Just coming.
And that was like quite frightening and badass.
Sinister is a great word for it because there isn't like a classic villain in this film.
No.
I guess like time is the villain and humans are the villain for like destroying the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, nature is a villain in this. Like the planets they land on, they're all fucked. Yeah, it's so interesting. And I guess like one of the main themes for me outside of, like love being a force beyond logic, which is really obvious, but like it's that unpredictability of humans. And the thing I really like about this is the rage poem that Michael Caine says in this, the one where he's like,
rage against the
rage going tonight.
Whatever.
If you were sat talking to your mentor, right, and you're just having a chat, or you were leaving, or whatever, and he just starts saying a fucking poem, mate. Like, what?
Dude,
you're right, dude.
dude, if you're a Murph, you got a raw deal, dude.
Oh my god.
Your dad just like
Anne Hathaway on the ship just saying that fucking poem at you every day. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, truth. But you're like, your dad leaves. You spend your entire life like doing math, and you're just like,
oh god.
He's at the deathbed, and then he just like kind of croaks and's like, by the way, I lied, and then like doesn't even get through the whole poem. I'd be pretty pissed. I'd be like, this is fucked. I'm not a farmer.
I've been maths my whole life.
Yeah, I'm not a farmer, so that's a win. But like, this
fair.
is good. Question actually for you.
Yeah,
you may be able to answer this. You may not.
Probably not. Let's be honest.
What did she actually figure out with the data?
Great question.
It's like a pinnacle part of the movie, and I don't know what the answer is. What did she figure out with the data? I think he distracted us so much. The point is, and that no one asked this question.
Throw in the papers.
Yeah, what was the core unlock for them?
I'm not a physicist, so I'm not sure. But I know it's something to do with black holes. That's all I can tell you. Other than that,
the quantum data of the black hole that was sent back gave Mirth the answer to what?
To the question.
That is.
The second half of the question, deal. I don't know. I was so invested in Matthew McConaughey trying to space dock that ship. I was having a great time. Didn't even fucking think about it.
But this is something that I'm like, is there a plot hole in this movie? Like, we meet them and they've like saved themselves, and apparently we are the answer to saving ourselves. And I'm asking, like, I get the whole circular plot. It's pretty cool how like he sent the thing through the quantum data, punched the Tesseract, made it through time. The connection is love. I get it all. I'm just trying to figure out what is the problem she solved.
What did he send?
I think that like it has something to do with them like getting to Saturn, but I don't understand.
I think what it is I think the point is so there's plan A and plan B, right? Plan B is the one that
colonized Anne Hathaway,
Cooper is
island.
out to go and colonize, right?
Yeah.
Plan A from memory is it's this giant centrifuge, right? Huge centrifuge, and it goes way down into the earth. That's the
but
point.
They can't get it to work.
The point is they can't beat gravity to get it out the atmosphere. I think that's it. They need to, and one of my favorite things about this movie is like and I joked about this when I was plus on me. They liken gravity to love as a thing that can cross boundaries. I'm like, really?
It's just because we don't understand gravity and it's everywhere. So it was like the one thing they could pull at. But no, that's interesting. Okay. So this is again goes back to my premise. They did not explain that well in the beginning of the movie. Well, I'm remembering when they did it, and it's like when he's in there, and you're kind of like, why is he even with NASA? Why is NASA hiding? They throw all the shit at you.
There's too much happening.
That's a pretty integral point to the whole movie. They should have anyway. So I digress. Maybe that's why I was so angry.
Yeah, well, maybe. But I do wonder if that's purposeful, because there is a big element of this movie that kind of, especially when Michael Caine's character dies, I almost feel like he was trying to distract them and not letting Coop look too hard into it, because maybe he would have realized the same thing. That's why Man was sent out into space, because he knew that it was, like the colonization was the only way they could save the world. I think if
I understand that
they looked
like,
too hard into it, the viewer should
understand. The viewer should know what the fuck's happening.
Well, you do when Michael Caine dies, but I get what you mean. Like
I didn't.
Yeah.
I literally I was so distracted. I was like, this is an awesome movie, and I paid attention, but I was like, what exactly are they? Like, what is the math problem they're trying to figure out? Like, I just didn't remember that it was. I think all I needed was a picture. Like, here's what we're building. It's gonna do this. By Saturn. Instead, we're just in a building. I'm just like, just give me. All I needed was a picture.
Give me a plan.
Just one PowerPoint
give me the architecture.
Slide. One PowerPoint slide.
Funny son.
Thanks.
Question for you before we talk a little bit about the ending. Where does this rank for you in terms of great sci-fi movies of our time?
It's hard because this is like more grounded sci-fi. It's probably top 3. It's probably like Arrival, one of the Dunes, and this.
Yeah, here's a few for you. And I'm not going to say these in any order, because I will tell you the IMDb order in a moment. Edge of Tomorrow, Ex Machina, we've talked about this podcast. Amazing film. District 9, Moon, we've talked about this podcast. Her, Minority Report, Looper, Children of Men, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, this, Interstellar, Inception, Arrival, we've mentioned a couple of times, Mad Max Fury Road. Like, there's a lot of good sci-fi out there.
I wouldn't categorize all those as sci-fi, but like I agree.
Dude.
It's definitely top 5 for me.
I'd say
It
so.
may be,
I'd say
it
so
may
too.
be top 3. It may be. I don't know.
I'm probably well. Here's the IMDb top ranked sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
In order. So Inception is number 1, granted. Interstellar is number 2, so it's 8.8, then 8.7. Then after that, it's Wall-E at 8.4. Doom Part 2 is 8.4. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Mad Max Fury Road, Blade Runner, The Martian, Donnie Darko, Children of Men. So, like, I don't know, man. Like, District 9, Arrival, Moon. What was one we talked about? Was it Sunshine? Was that the one we talked about? Sun? What was the one we talked about? And it was
it's
called
called
Slasher
Sunshine,
at the
I think.
end.
Yeah,
It is
that
called
was- that
Sunshine.
was- that
Fuck,
was a weird
I'd put
one.
that even in my top, but for me, this is top 3 personally. Like in terms of sci-fis, I'm a big sci-fi guy, and this, just that raw emotion, man, like it just fucking got me. Like I don't know.
I think
what it
like
was.
from a pure spectacle, like it gives you everything. It gives you like mind-bending stuff. Gives you like
Right.
spectacle in action. It gives you like
100%.
real like stakes that sci-fi typically does. So I think when you like put all that together, it's definitely top 3. I think like something like a Deus Ex Machina is way more contained, like and it's sharper, but like does it do as much? No. It's really good at what it does. So
It does
it's
a
like,
lot about the
that's-
human condition, though. I mean, this does kind of too.
Yeah, it does. It's in my top 3 for sure. I would say it's up there with Arrival, and I think maybe Arrival is the one on the bubble, but like the alien concept in Arrival is really
So cool.
and
So cool.
must not be discounted.
That's up there for me. I'm really surprised how low that is in terms of its IMDb ranking. That's only a 7.9.
Arrival.
Bullshit.
That's
Yeah,
lame.
tells you a lot about IMDb. Let's just. I just wanted to talk to you about that ending because, like, I feel like that's the bit that drags you out. Like you said, the beginning and end a bunch of times. Like the ending, I can totally see that.
Not the Tesseract, kind of just what happens after it.
All this, and I'm with you on that. I think now talking about it, it's nice. Like I like he's had that ending, and I think he was trying to do something, but I don't know if it hits. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't.
It definitely hits for some people, and it's not going to hit for others, and that's fine. And
Yes.
the reason I think it doesn't,
Agreed.
the reason I run up like I still like it. I like that he got that scene with his mom. I think it's, and then he just go, I like it, but also
mean his
part of me's
daughter?
like, yeah, whatever it is, grandma.
She got the scene with her dad, and there's some metaphor in there. You know, like it's in there somewhere. Some metaphor about, and I think she even says it. Parents not burying their kids. There's a lot of that in there. You know, like there's a lot of layers.
Yeah. I think it's like a moment. No, you're good. That he wanted and he got it. And I guess I run up against the idea that like some of this is like for a sci-fi movie, Nolan had a bunch of physicists that like helped him.
He did. Kip Thorne. I neither mentioned him.
Yeah. As close to reality as possible. And so, or as like known
Kip
theory.
Thorne was. Yeah, he was a scientific consultant and executive producer on the movie, and he wrote a book about it, actually explaining a lot of the concepts behind the film's cosmological ideas.
Yeah,
and he was very like tight with Nolan. He didn't let him, and we'll talk about it in trivia, true or false. The thing that my final question for you is: do you think there is something very odd about his child as a child, Murph, when you see her as a little child, looking a shitload like Anne Hathaway as an adult?
I didn't. You said that
weirded me the fuck out when I was watching that. I was like, no.
You said that, but I didn't really see that. But like, anyway, yeah, I guess like that would be kind of odd. And then you're like, oh God, where just my mind goes down a rabbit hole. But
it was really awkward. No.
Yeah, no. I think that the hard part about the ending, just finishing the thought, is just that it pushes against like all that like grounded reality that like he creates the whole movie, where you're like trying to stay in grounded reality even in sci-fi, and it gets like pretty extra to the point of like almost supernatural. Like, oh, they can just place him anywhere, once he's gone into like it breaks that like that link to reality a bit, so it becomes a different kind of movie. Yeah.
And they yada yada a lot of it by saying, like humans of the future could be fifth dimensional or even more dimensional creatures.
Yeah, but
he's
not.
See and touch and right. And
like
I'm agreeing
he's a
with you.
physical entity. Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
how they yada yada it, but the two
Totally.
maybe don't quite match like the two space docking. It's a question
Correct.
for you.
Correct.
I did already tell you this just a moment ago, but can you guess for me the current IMDb score for this?
You said it was like 8.7.
It is 8.7. Yeah, absolutely. I shouldn't have said that before, should I? The Rotten Tomato score percentage.
This is probably like split. I would say like it'd be like a low 70s critic, like high 80s audience. So I'm gonna put like 83.
Ooh, you had it right. It's a 78 though, which I think is probably kind of low, but I get it. I do get it. You're right. I think it was kind of had that split, and it's Chris Nolan stands as well, right? Like they're always going to pump these things up.
Yeah.
Letterboxd out of 5, always 3.6, but never 3.6.
3.8.
It's a 4.4, which
Jesus. I guess 3.8 was pretty rough. I should have said 4, but 4.4 is pretty wild. That's like, I don't think I've heard much higher than that.
I think we've had higher than that on this show, but like that's pretty mind-boggling. Now, I don't need to ask you if this is better or worse than Aquaman 2018. It is. I think we can both agree on that.
I don't know. Aquaman is what a franchise.
What a movie!
And it has Guinness.
Actually, this doesn't have much drinking.
This
in this film.
doesn't have any
that.
Guinness. I would think if you were out in space, you'd bring some fucking whiskey. But I guess like,
Well, I mean, Hail Mary does. They take all that vodka.
dude, that guy's fucking drunk or high half the movie. It feels like
Most of the film.
it feels like. I don't know.
Look, what I will ask you is, what is your ranking for this? Hang on a minute. Have we talked about Interstellar on this podcast before?
Interstellar Part 2.
Yeah, it's in our ranking.
Oh God, that'd be hilarious.
Oh my God, I think we did. We already have. Fuck, we've already done this film.
What do we do?
Oh my God. Episode 54. Christ.
Revisiting Interstellar.
How the fuck did we not remember that? That's bad, man.
Should we acknowledge this?
Put this fucking in 100%. We fucked up. Please keep as much of this in as you want, Ava. We definitely fucked this up. So I'll tell you the films we've done from the Chris Nolan. We've done this twice now. I'd love to go back and listen to that episode and see if I agree with myself? Because you said you've only seen this once before, but it was in cinemas. So
no, I think I've definitely seen it more than once. To be fair, I just feel like I haven't seen it since like. I thought it was longer, but I guess not. Maybe a couple of years. Anyway.
Let me give you these in no order. I'm just going to say the movies we've talked about. Obviously, Interstellar. We have talked about The Prestige. You mentioned it. We've talked about Batman Begins. We've talked about Dunkirk. We've talked about Memento. We have talked about Oppenheimer. We've talked about Tenet. We've talked about The Dark Knight, and Inception. So I'll give you the ranking that I had for it last time, and you can tell me where you feel. And I'm going to tell you whether I think this sits... I can't believe we've done Dunkirk as well. I can't remember doing that. That's really bad. Jesus Christ. Inception was my number 1. The Dark Knight was my number 2. Memento was my number 3. Batman Begins, Dunkirk, Interstellar, Prestige, Oppenheimer, Tenet. I don't think Interstellar is better than Dunkirk, Batman Begins, Memento, The Dark Knight, or Inception on this viewing. I think the spectacle's better. I think there's better moments. And my feelings were very heightened, but I think Dunkirk's got more to it.
Wow.
Even especially being British. Well, I mean, especially being British, like it's part of our history, right? And I think it's more interesting in how it's created a drama out of an actual historic event. Love Batman Begins, it's a favorite. Memento, I still love that film. It's great. It's still so good. Dark Knight, one of my all-time faves. Inception is Inception. So I think it's going to stay where it is.
I don't remember what I did. And
For the second time we've talked about this film.
I'm only going to rate my top 5. We had so many options, and we chose the...
so many fucking options.
So many thumbnails I sent through, and we chose...
Every movie from all time. And we didn't even look. Just we need to start looking.
That's a sign that we've been around a bit. I'm not going to do the whole list because I can't even recall the movies. I'm going to give as many as I can recall, and then the long tail I don't care about. To be honest, there's now a long tail that I don't care about with Christopher Nolan, which is fucked up.
Tenet, not great.
Yeah, so Inception's number 1 for me. The Dark Knight's number 2.
Yeah,
I might actually put this at 3.
Wow.
and it's not competing with what you think it's competing with.
I think you like I think you like Oppenheimer and The Prestige.
I like The Prestige, and
Yeah,
then
you
I'd put
do.
Memento, and then I'd probably put like Dunkirk or Oppenheimer. It doesn't really matter to me, and then they all kind of fall below that. Everything else,
I mean, there's
long
only
tail.
really Batman. There's only really Batman Begins and Tenet after that. To be
Fuck,
fair,
I forgot about Batman Begins. Batman Begins is definitely higher than Oppenheimer for me.
okay.
So
yeah.
whatever,
I agree.
add that in. Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
add that in somewhere.
It's in there. Okay, I can't believe we did this movie twice. That's hilarious. But
Yeah.
we did it on video, so there's going to be real videos of us doing it this time. I'd love to.
Nice.
If anyone wants to go back and tell us if we did it differently last time, let us know. You can listen to the audio version. Hit us up on Podcast Assemble on Instagram or TikTok.
By all
That'd be
means.
wonderful. Let's finish with a bit of trivia, true or false. You happy with that?
Yeah, of course.
We just mentioned Dr. Kip Thorne, who was a huge part of this movie, but he only laid down 2 guide rules for the movie. Is that true or is that false?
True.
It is true. They're pretty big guidelines. Nothing would violate established physical laws. Pretty big one. And that the wild speculations would spring from science and not from the creative mind of the screenwriter. So, for example, what the black hole would look like at the time, that was speculation because we didn't know what that looks like. And I find that fascinating. And the terms were accepted by Chris Nolan, which I really love that. It's such an interesting way to create this movie based predominantly on what we think we know.
Yeah.
It's so fucking such a mad movie. Yeah. Such a mad movie as well.
Sending a fucking person into a black hole. Seems like it would be painful.
The wormhole bit at the beginning, I've seen that before in movies. You know the bit where he draws 2 X's on a piece of paper and he folds paper and he pushes. That's in movies. That's in so many movies, right? That's in like
feels like he should have been briefed ahead of him being on flight, to be fair.
you shouldn't be talking about it as they're flying out.
It shouldn't be like by the way,
this is
now
how
that we're
wormholes work. Dude.
Now that we've made it to the wormhole.
Guess what?
Yeah. Anyway,
here's one for you. Trivia, true or false, DL. According to Dr. Kip Thorne, I'm doing another Kip Thorne. I don't know why. I like the guy, apparently. The largest degree of creative license in the movie was the time dilation on Miller's planet. Is that true or is that false? That's the planet with the big wave. They go down, and because it's near a black hole of its own, time has been dilated. Is that true or is that false?
that was the biggest thing, not like him not getting compressed into atoms by going into a black hole. I would say false.
Minus the ending. We don't. I mean that whole bit after that doesn't really count.
Okay. Okay, then true, I guess.
You were right the first time, but not for the reason you think. The thing that Dr. Kip Thorne believed was a large degree of creative license was actually the clouds on the ice planets. If you remember, they bump into the clouds, which are structures that probably go beyond material strength. Isn't that fascinating? I'd missed that every other time I've watched this film. Every other time. Fascinating. Quick last two then. Trivia false yell. Matt Damon was not actually included in the promotional material for this film.
This is true.
Because
no one knew. It was a good little catch-up.
It is true. Yeah. I like that. And it's such a good little role for him. It's fantastic.
And then he did like The Martian right after.
I think he did it before. It's like...
No, he did it right. I'm pretty sure he did it right after. Because he was like... I saw an interview where he was like, should I do this? I just did the whole Christopher Nolan thing. Like, and then he did
still
it
on Mars. 2015, you're bang on. Yeah, like literally a year later. This isn't a trivia or false yell. I've just got a really fun bit of trivia that I wanted to share with you, which I loved. So when they reach Miller's planet, there's this, and we talked about the score. The score's phenomenal in this. There's a ticking noise. So that ticking noise for every 1 second represents a full day on Earth. So for every second of that, so that's why they end up accumulating nearly 20 odd years on that planet. I fucking love that bit of trivia.
That's
and I couldn't find a way to make it a trivia true or false.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Hans Zimmer, but that's something I learned as well. Like that there was some trivia around like how the score builds with time as well that I've like read about this movie. But anyway, what an amazing score!
That was
really
one
cool
of the
little trivia
divisive
there.
things about this movie, actually. Similar to how Tenet was when we saw it in cinemas, it kind of played over a lot of the dialogue. So critics were a bit like, "The fuck are we doing here?" But Nolan wanted something very different to how Inception was. So like it was a different score. fascinating. Love that.
Is this the first movie
Ultimately-
post Inception?
By Nolan?
Yeah.
Or just
If
the first
so-
movie ever?
No, the first movie post Inception.
First movie ever post Inception.
for him.
Good question. 2012's The Dark Knight Rises came
Oh,
between.
okay. Interesting.
So, but a lot of people
Cool.
pushed back on that. A lot of people found that movie, you know, a lot of people found lots of plot holes in that movie. People didn't love that one for some reason. I liked it. I don't know if we've even done that. We must have done that as part of our. Have we not done that yet? I thought we'd done The Dark Knight Rises.
I'm not going to comment
Mate.
on this because
We have really fucked this time, which is great. I'm happy we've finally come full circle. But ultimately, like on a second talking about, I still really like this film.
yeah, I've come to like this movie more. I'm really excited about doing Troy into like doing something like Troy, which is like David and Dan Benioff, or like who wrote that, and it's a fun movie. It's a fun
with
movie, but
Bradley
it is
Pitt?
it's over. You know, it's very Hollywood, but it is
It's
fun.
hated, isn't it? It's really
I don't know that it's like hated. I think that it's like critically people like give it a lot of shit, but I think it actually did well.
Here you go. Here's the director, Wolfgang Peterson. They're two names that don't mix together. But
Yeah.
you're right. David Benioff did do some of the screenplay. That's
The writing or something.
interesting. He's got a writing credit next to Homer, who wrote the Iliad.
But lucky him.
What? All right, let's wrap up the show, DL. Thank you all for sticking with it. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, and you know, writing reviews helps and all those things. So please do.
It really does. You'd be surprised.
You share, a like, etc. AvaRamshaw.com for our editing master flashes, contact details, and work. She did a great job today because there's quite a bit to edit.
She does a great
And
job. Always.
yeah, really appreciate
You
it.
can
Until
find
next time,
us.
Tommy.
Where can they find
yeah,
us? DL,
Instagram,
where can they find us? Don't
TikTok,
Don't skip
website.
things.
The interwebs.
Give us a follow. Yeah.
Podcast Assemble on
everywhere.
Instagram, the podcast assemble at gmail.com, all that good
Let
stuff.
us know what you thought about Interstellar for the second time. You've clearly talked about it twice now, DL, so you don't need to tell me. But you, viewer, let us know what you thought about this film. Yeah. I would love to know if you disagree with DL's thoughts about this, or even mine, my overzealous love for this film. We appreciate you all, and thank you for sticking with it. DL, tally ho.